Hello and welcome to the Mansfield Town Shirts YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at my top 5 third shirts. And we start down the countdown as ever at number 5 with this shirt here, the green third shirt from 2018-19. Manufactured by Surridge. This one worn by Nicky Ajose, signed by Nicky Ajose as well. This one's got the league patches here. It's also got the Sky Bet playoff patches, because this one was worn against Newport in the away leg of the semi-final. Ajose didn't play that game, but it was worn in the league games, because you can see that the league patch has been taken off, replaced by the playoff patches. I really love the green and gold. I think the shirt, the feel of the shirt is fantastic. It's a really nice pattern as well that was matched by the away shirt the same season. And the all-round design of this is lovely. I mean, the gold numbers as well really stand out. And certainly a massive contrast to the home and away shirts of the time. And a shirt that I really like. And it's made its way in at number 5. In at number 4 is a shirt that isn't massively remembered, I wouldn't have thought. It's the 2011-2012 third shirt, manufactured by Area, and anyone who's watched any of the previous videos will know how much I love Area. It's the long sleeve shirt as well. This shirt was never sold commercially, so you couldn't get hold of it. It was only worn by the players 5 times as well. It was only worn in 5 games, and absolutely delighted to have one in the collection. I've actually got 2 in the collection, short and long sleeve. This long sleeve version belonged to Louis Briscoe. Got the shirt from the player himself. I really do like the shirt. Again, a big fan of the material. The centralised sort of sponsor and manufacturer there, and the overall look at the shirt is great. And like I say, I like it a little bit more because, one, I know which games it was worn in, and 2, it wasn't commercially available. So, a really interesting shirt, this. And here is the short sleeve version of that shirt. This one worn by defender Richie Sutton, again sourced directly from the player as well. We got mud down the bottom of the shirt, but I do prefer the look in long sleeve. I think the long sleeve look is a better one. But this shirt very easily fitted into the top 5. And it's in at number 4. In at number 3 is a shirt that is also manufactured by Surridge. It was worn during the 2019-20 season. And it's this sort of turquoisey blue and goldy amber shirt. This one worn by midfielder Neil Bishop, worn away at Morecambe. You can see by the heads-up patch, which was a one-off, only worn for that game. And I love it. I love the mesh material. You can see the sort of back of the material of the shirt is mesh. The white numbers really stand out. The amber with the green, again, a bit of a turquoisey bluey, strange combination really, but I think it really works. And I love the pattern on the front of the shirt, the V that was replicated across the 3 shirts. And a real favourite of mine, because I know which game it was from. It's from the Morecambe game with the special patch. And Neil Bishop, of course, was a fantastic midfielder for the Stags. I think it's one of my only number 6 shirts that we've got. Got the league patches, of course, on both arms. And I think this is a fantastic design. Surridge did a lot of good shirts for Mansfield in the 10 years that we had them. And I think this is up there with the very best. I do have 2 of these shirts. Because this is another one without the heads-up patch. This one worn by Maurice Sterling-James, a player that I think didn't really get a massive opportunity at Mansfield. Could have had a lot more of an opportunity, but to have 2 of the shirts, obviously different, one with a heads-up and one without, which is what I wanted. So, great shirt, an easy sort of add-in to this list, and it's in at number 3. Now, this one gets in on a bit of a technicality. It's the 1997-98 centenary stroke third shirt, stroke away shirt, manufactured by Beaver. And it's amazing, isn't it? It's absolutely fantastic. The reason I say it's on a technicality is because it was actually worn as a away shirt. The white away shirt from the previous season that was due to be worn for the 2 seasons, that actually only got worn once in the 97-98 season. And this got worn more than that. So this technically became the away shirt, but I'm going to class it as a third shirt because that is what it was actually. It was a centenary shirt, but worn as a third shirt, and it's fantastic. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. You got the Mansfield Town centenary badge in here, got the Beaver logo here, the classic Mansfield Bitter sponsor, amazing collar, fantastic material, the quality after all these years. You've got the nationwide patches. This one is a blood shirt, so it has no number on the back, and it does have blood spots sort of up in this top on the corner and down the front of the chest. So it was worn as a blood shirt, which was a spare shirt used for people who had head injuries potentially or blood on them and had to change their shirt. So I'm still yet to find out who exactly did wear this exact shirt, but it's fantastic. The long sleeves, the collars, the cuffs. It's a fantastic shirt. I absolutely love it. Could have been number one, and you'll see how this links into the number one shirt, but a fantastic shirt and a lot of Stags fans' favourite shirts, I think. So you've seen 5 through to 2. As always with these videos, I will do some honourable mentions, and this one was very close to getting in, but it's just missed out. It's the 2014-15 third shirt, worn a couple of times away at Burton and away at Cambridge, and it's not a Doncaster shirt because they never had Surridge, but it's as close to a Doncaster Rovers template as you will ever find. This one worn by Simon Heslop, signed front and back by Simon Heslop, the midfielder, and it's just I find it interesting. There wasn't many around. The club did sell them as an online auction. You could buy them, so there is 17, 18 around. But I'm very lucky to have one. You got the Sky Bet League patches on the side there, but it's it's a bit of a one-off for Mansfield. Colours that we're not used to seeing them in. Certainly the red and white hoops. We don't wear hoop shirts generally, so just a bit of an interesting one-off really, or a two-off as it was worn twice, but not colours we're likely to see again, sort of in this sort of style, and a shirt that I'm really pleased to have. So the second shirt on the list to have just missed out is this one here, which is the 2010-11 third shirt, not to be confused with the following season's away shirt, which you can tell the difference being the sponsor. This shirt is incredibly rare because they only sold a handful in the club shop at the end of the season. They didn't actually sell it. They sold the away shirt the following season, so you will see a lot of the Green King sponsored ones, but you will not see many of the Hyman's Homes one. This one's a very recent pickup, worn by defender Gary Silk, Player of the Year a couple of times. A real fan favourite. We have got a patch that's in half, so you can see there's only half the patch there, as opposed to the full patch on that arm, which makes this easily identifiable as worn against Luton in the FA Trophy semi-final, where the Stags won to progress through to Wembley. This shirt was worn in that game, so it's really easy to identify. Love the design. Again, it's Area. I will be doing a separate video on Area because their shirts are unbelievable for the Stags, I think. But this one worn by Gary Silk makes it even better. It's worn from a semi-final where we progressed. It ticks a lot of the boxes. It did just miss out on the top 5. But it's a fantastic shirt and one I'm very, very, very pleased to own. So the final honourable mention comes from a shirt that was never actually worn, and you could argue it's not a third shirt, but I'm going to class it as a third shirt for the purpose of this video. It's the season ticket holder shirt that Stags had commissioned in 2021-22 for the season ticket holders that were loyal during COVID. And their names are all printed on here, so you can see it really up close. You'll see a lot of names. My name's on the front down here somewhere. But this one's a little bit different because it was prepared for a game. The Stags were due to wear this on the first game of the season. And for various reasons, they didn't end up actually wearing this shirt. But this one is prepared for Harry Charsley. And I think with the printing, it looks an unbelievable shirt. And I really, really wish we'd have worn this. But unfortunately, we didn't. But to see the patches and how it would have looked is fantastic, which is why the shirt's in this list, and we're so close to being in the top 5. Technically not a third shirt, but I'm going to add it in myself as a third shirt. So here it is on the honourable mentions list. So we find ourselves here at number 1, and I have been teasing it a little bit because it's been in the background of this video the whole time. It's the 2015-16 third shirt, and it's based on the 97-98 centenary shirt that we saw earlier, based on the colours of the Mansfield Wesleyans in 1897. But for me, this shirt is just slightly better well designed than the 97 Beaver shirt. I love the white collar. I love the white ends on the short sleeves there. I love the white and gold numbering. I love everything about the shirt. You've got the 1987 sort of badge up there. You've got the signature from Chris Clements, a player I love, signed on the front as well. I love this shirt. I've got 2. That one's Matty Blair's that you can see behind me. But this shirt is fantastic. I think everyone I've ever shown this shirt to admires it. I've not known anybody dislike this shirt. We wore it quite a bit, actually. We wore it quite a few times that season, predominantly away against teams in yellow, the likes of Newport, Oxford, Burton, Cambridge, those sort of games. But I love it. It's one of my favourite shirts. The white badge as well. I really think it's the design that if we should do every so often, maybe every 10 years on the sort of the anniversaries or the regular anniversaries. But it's a brilliant shirt, one of my favourites, manufactured by Surridge, and it's an easier choice. I think for me, it was always going to be up there. It's one of my favourite shirts of all time. So here it is, 2015-16 third shirt, and it is my number one in my list of top 5 third shirts. So that is the end of my list of top 5 third shirts. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching this far. Please like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe and click on the notification bell to see when new videos are released. We will be doing one more of these which will relate to the goalkeeper shirts that you can see are all the way back there. So I will be doing the top 5 goalkeeper shirts, as well as more player interviews and much more to come. So thank you very much for sticking around. See you in the next one.